Hello,
Hi, Samantha.
how are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much, and congratulations once again. That you,
Oh,
you look like you had a fabulous time.
yeah, no, it was a great night, a lot of fun. So it was really good, which is great because that was the end goal. And yesterday that dream became a reality. So it was really good. So yeah, thank you for
That's
that.
fine. You're very welcome. I wouldn't call it the end goal. I would call it a milestone to reach. Oh, hang on, I've got to turn off the other computer.
No, that's all
I
right.
would call it a milestone, and it's the start of a new journey.
Oh, definitely. Now the campaign starts. Yeah, over the next few months. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Hey, Kay. Good morning.
Hello, how are you? Congratulations.
Thank you. Hey,
Jane
Christina.
said it was fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't realize Jane was staying with you, I think, last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's been here for a few days. Yep,
Oh, fantastic. So you guys are partying.
yeah, we are.
Fantastic. Hey, Christina. Don't know what's going on. Hey, Renice. Morning. Morning, everyone. I think I do believe you can see my screen, so let's get straight into it. Um, what we might do today is just check in with all of you that are on the live call to see how you are tracking. Every single one of you received the client avatar template. So I'm curious to know if you've taken the time to fill that in and if you had any specific questions. So we might just start with Michael, given that you're the first one under my name on my list here. Let's check in with you. How did you go completing the client avatar template?
Well, Samantha, I must be honest, I cheated because I've been through the client avatar sheet with Jerry and Tracy a couple of weeks ago. Do you know Jerry and Tracy?
Yes. Oh, fantastic. Yes, from direct sales. Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Jerry and Tracy are good friends of ours,
Yep.
and we've been through their course and we've been discussing it, and they've helped me adjust it. So I won't spend any time and take up the other guys' time on this call because
Okay.
we've already got a client avatar. We know exactly who we're targeting.
Beautiful. All right. Perfect. Sounds good. So let's go across to Kay. How are you going, Kay? Did you have some time to complete it?
Yes, but it's very interesting because Terry was at our meeting yesterday for Bloom and
That's right.
or Tracy, and so I've adjusted it a bit since she spoke yesterday, which was lovely. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so you've got that down pat. Renice, how did you go with your client avatar template?
Oh, hi, Sam. How are you? Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ruth.
Yeah, good. I did a baby boomer and
Yep.
I did an ideal mama.
Okay.
And so can you just, tell me what I need to say next because I've just got on and I can't remember.
Okay, no, that's all right. Basically, what I wanted to see was, what I wanted each and every one of you on the call was to work out exactly who you're targeting. And that's why I sent out the client
Yes.
avatar, only because without having that crystal clear, it's very hard on Facebook or LinkedIn for you to really craft your message that resonates with them, because often it's easy to get caught up in what you want to say, but really it's about what is it that they need to hear in order to see how you can add value. And hence the reason why the template is just the starting point to really crafting the message to suit that ideal client. And Michael and Kay have already completed that, and also had an added bonus of having Tracy and Jerry, which really specializes in that, really honing into the client avatar and really niching them down. So they have completed that, and just want to see where you're at, Renice.
Yeah, hang on a sec. So I have got both of them.
Yep.
And I found with my mama, my
Yep.
ideal mama, she's generally working a part-time. She wants to create a positive atmosphere for her family. She really desires flexibility to be there for her children before and after school care activities so she doesn't miss out.
Yep.
She's busy, tired and fatigued as well. She misses out on connecting with her friends a lot, so I can really see that, really sort of stressing about pamper nights and really connecting in with them in that way. I went down the path of thinking more about looking after them and the baby. They're not interested. They really want themselves to be pampered, which is great. She's a very smart woman as well, because she does a lot of research. She's always on social media. That's one of her ways to communicate. But she's also looking for that additional income because she really is insecure about her financial status since they've probably given up a full-time income. So I think the three things that they're really focused and committed to is family, their well-being for themselves and their family, and they love a sense of community. They like to be in the schools, fundraising and things like that as well.
Okay.
So I think flexibility, additional income, and connecting with their friends is important to them.
Okay. What I'd get you to do from there is to go one step further on that, Renise, and really look at, you mentioned three things. So she's looking at, family is important. You mentioned, she would like that pampering, but also she wants that additional income. If she had three of those on her top three, which one would be her top one? I think you need to hone in on that, because when you're talking to her, she probably could switch off from one or two, depending on how it's pitched, because one of those I think will probably be her biggest pain points. I personally think from working with mompreneurs or mums that are looking to step in and earn that additional income, I think it depending on her values, and I think that's why you need to dig deep a bit, depending on her values and her priorities, either the additional income or really stepping up and playing a part in her family as somebody that contributes is probably going to be the top two. I think the pampering is probably going to sit at number three from my experience, but I think you need to just go one step further and really tie it in, just so you're super clear. So when you present to an audience that has probably the majority of that audience, they really go, oh, yes. Because this audience that you're talking to, generally, they might not know their top three priorities in order, but then have a sense of where they're at and what they want to achieve. And depending on how you phase that, that's going to be the sort of the make or the break of when you have that conversation. So I think just refine it a little bit, and then we'll go through today's segment, and that would give you a bit more clarity on how you need to craft that message online.
That's fine. I really think it's about the financial security and taking care of her family. They're the two things that, just by talking to people, but it doesn't mean that they may not want to act upon that financial security yet. And like I know with the research in our business, a lot of the mums that are in the business have come through because they've gone and had a glass of champagne in a group setting with their friends, and then they've seen the business as an opportunity.
So it's opening the conversation, and that's where you need to really craft it so that they are really clear on how you can add value, as opposed to you just talking about all the opportunities, because generally if there is an underlying issue, they're not really going to see the opportunity, because other fears, barriers, challenges are going to keep coming to the surface. So all right, perfect. Christina, did you want to jump in and share anything, or because I know it's really in the middle of the night in Serbia, so but if you wanted to jump in, you can unmute yourself and jump in, but otherwise we'll move along. You're good? I can't hear you, Christina. You need to unmute yourself. Oh, there we are. Hey, Christina.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to see you, all of you. Warm regards from Serbia.
Yep, all the way in the middle of the night.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Kay. We're connected as well. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet all of you. I'm more than happy to be with you tonight. What I want to say, just I'm freelancer and work in the area of web and graphic design, and my target is to connect with the people international.
Yep.
And I like Australia is the country of my dream, and that is why I'm the only thankful to the digital era.
Yep.
I can connect with you so far away from here to Australia, and I'm open for collaboration. My team work on web, graphic design, internet marketing, and consulting on different projects. So I hope that we maybe can create some good collaboration. I don't know, but
Yep.
it
Now,
could be.
perfect. Did you have time to think about breaking down the client avatar a little bit? So really being specific on with the business owners that you want to help in Australia. Because when we had the Skype call, I think it was 2 days ago, you mentioned, you really wanted to help them, start collaborating with businesses in Australia and really helping them with the graphic design and the website. Did you have time to break that down, or did you want to go over that again this week, and then we can chat again in the final?
I can say the couple of the words about my target audience.
Yep.
It's like small entrepreneurs, startups. I would like to say that it's about small business owner, because we are a small team and we can serve, for example, large companies.
Yep.
We can work in any kind of industry, like dental, medical, trades, whatever it is, some shops, and but you mentioned I will prepare for you for our next call.
Okay,
Maybe
sounds
to the
good.
end of this week. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Now that's good.
Mhm.
All right, perfect. So every single one of you got a strategy email last week, more so later on Friday, or if not because of a technical glitch, you all got it on Saturday. So the whole purpose of this 14-day challenge was for you to, one, understand where your client is at, your ideal client, and obviously they're on Facebook and LinkedIn. There is no doubt about that. They're definitely on Facebook. Facebook for sure. LinkedIn, it really depends on who the target audience is, and that's why I really wanted each and every one of you to complete the client avatar template. And some of you have been able to refine that over the last week or over the course of the last few months, depending on if you've connected with Tracy and Jerry, which is fantastic. So today is all about really looking at what sort of planning have you done since we connected last week? In terms of, to some of you, I mentioned you really need to look at using video for business. I would say probably 80% of you, 80 or 90% of you that were on the call or listened to the recording and connected with me, in your email, I spoke about using video for business. The reason I talk about video for business is purely because Facebook is really moving into that segment. And if you've not realized it already, Facebook is trying to go head on with YouTube. And I've said this before and I'm saying it all over again, only because posting on Facebook on your normal news feed, so I'm talking about on your personal account, if you're posting images, that is still gonna, it's still going to work, it's still going to reach, it's still going to connect people one another because it's on a personal thing. But on a business side, on your business page, it's really, really important that you're using video for business. And when you're using video, it could be Facebook Live or pre-recorded videos, but you are actually posting directly to Facebook. So it's not about, okay, I'll record a video, put it on my YouTube channel, and then I'll share it on Facebook. Facebook doesn't like external sites. They are very much, they love everything that is native to them. So it's really important that you record a few videos and you segment it across your business page, and then start sharing it across into different groups and different networks. Because the reason I say share it onto your business page first is purely because when you share it there first, the reach of that is massive. For those of you that follow my publishing business page, which is Samantha Jansen Publishing, if you go in and look at the videos that we posted in the lead up to the book launch, for those of you that have been in the loop about the She Leads book launch that launched in Melbourne last night, some of the videos, now bearing in mind to give you stats, on that page, I think I have 110 people that like that Facebook page, because it's quite a new business, been going for less than a year, given that, my social media marketing is probably the bigger side. But to give you some context, it's got only about 110 people liking it. So you would think, okay, 110 people, not a lot of reach. But the videos that I have posted on there has reached over 1,000 people, with some videos having over 1,000 views. So how did it get 1,000 views? How did those 1,000 views result in me getting Facebook messages from people going, oh, so you publish books. How does it work? What do you offer? The conversations, once they message me and the conversations I have, it's up to me to then see whether I can support them and take them on a journey. But what I'm trying to give you context here is it only has 110 people. It has reached 1,000. And from there, I have got messages organically from all these people just seeing, sharing, liking, to now having transactional businesses that have monetary value to it as a result of me posting videos. Do you think that if I just put a selfie or I just put a photo of the author interviews, it would have done that? Probably not, because people didn't get to really connect. They didn't get to really hear. They didn't really get to go, well, do we like what we're hearing? Can we resonate with that? So this is why last week's email was to kind of really plant the seed for each and every one of you to start thinking about how you can use video for business. Okay, and now when I say video for business, I'm not saying you go out and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars. I'm talking about where you can essentially literally sit the way I'm sitting and record a video, have some product, talk about your service, talk about what it is that you do, but give context rather than context around education and showing them the result of what they can achieve. Because Facebook is not in a space of where you can hard sell on a video. If you look at all the videos that I post, they're almost educational, inspiring, and takes people on a journey, because that's what gets people going. What is she on about? How is this connected to this? We want to know more. What is it that they can do for us? And then when the question is asked, then it's obviously time for me to see whether this is an ideal client, because just because there's a conversation doesn't mean that they're an ideal client, because they're coming organically. There's no direct marketing done in terms of to get them into the funnel. So it was the organic reach translated into people messaging me and saying, hey, I saw this video, curious to know about what it is that you do in your publishing business. We've thought about writing a book. And I'll be like, yep, let's book a time to chat. And then I will then put them into my client avatar to go, is this an ideal client that I want to work with? And can I really take them on a long-term journey rather than a quick fix, a quick solution? Because I'm not about that. So for those of you that received the email, which every single one of you should have received some sort of strategy, I want to quickly check in with you to see, have you done some thinking, some planning around what is it that you want to start positioning? What is it that you want to do to start positioning yourself on Facebook and LinkedIn from a video or from a social media marketing perspective? Because I gave each of you that was a slight tweak to each of you's each email that was sent, even though it was automated, purely because some of you wanted to start a Facebook group. Some of you were thinking about a membership site, because I know we have an apology from Jerry. She's in the Gold Coast at the minute, and she said she can't be on the call. But I know when Jerry was on the call last week, she mentioned she was thinking about a paid Facebook group. So for those of you that are thinking paid Facebook group versus having a free one where anyone can connect and follow you and you can add value, where are you at? What are you thinking? And are you starting to actually think about what sort of content you want to deliver over the coming weeks and months? Because that was the whole point of this challenge, to get you to start going, how can I create content? But also how can I then repurpose that content? Because content creation takes quite a bit of time if you're just getting started, where you might go, okay, I'm going to do 7 videos or 10 videos. But once you do the 10 videos, you record it, you post it on social media, let's say over like a 7-week period, if you start scheduling it in, how can you then take that 1-minute video and break it down into like a 30-second snippet or into a blog later on? And that's what I want you to start thinking, because all the content that I produce, I repurpose. So sometimes, if you have been really paying attention to my content, you would probably, with all honesty and transparency, you'd probably see that showing up depending on what sort of updates I have done. You might hear that content in a slightly different way in about 6 months, because I am not producing content every single day of the week. I'm repurposing stuff that still funnels in, and then I can throw an updated version to that. So it's really, really important that you are planning your content, but also looking at it from a long-term perspective, where you can kind of repurpose that a little bit. Now I know with what Kay does with the send out cards, the the offering is somewhat the same, but how it can be used and how that can be positioned, Kay probably will update from time to time. Is that fair to say, Kay? Like the overall strategy is the same, but it's just looking at how you can harness the cards for a business purpose versus a personal purpose, and then educating that individual. Would you say is that what you kind of do when you have those conversations? Unmute yourself.
That's
There we
easier
go.
than lip reading. Thank you. I think as you mature in your business, you start to understand your client much better, and
Yep.
you actually focus more on their needs. So knowing where I'm at with my business and the growth that I'm having, I'm absolutely convinced that it is to do with the restructuring of the way in which I'm working with the client themselves. So, and the amount of referrals I'm getting from people is amazing. So in knowing that, trying to undertake videos, I've done a couple a long time ago, which I wasn't really happy with.
Yep.
But I think I was very naive and in the social media scene. So I've worked a lot with Anne-Marie of late to
Yep.
actually understand podcasting and understand the need for my business. And like you say, I am going to be breaking down what I call tips of the trade.
Yep.
To in why would you customize your backings, and how will that help you grow your businesses and things like that. So there's very it really will take me some time. So I thought, while I'm away, because I leave on Sunday, I'll spend some time trying to formulate that, because it's, you just don't do it. You need to be very clearly aware of that person you're targeting.
Yes.
And how that will support the story that you're going to tell. And I'm going to use stories, so I've actually been quite clear about that, because of recent times I've just watched head office actually undertake some brilliant stories that I've had people talking to me about. So I think when you hear people come back to you, you understand that that's the way to go. So I've just got to start to think in that manner. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And I think from memory, I'm pretty sure, I think this was in your email, you mentioned about, supporting the ones that are coming on board and using it for business, whether you wanted to create like a Facebook little community group, so you can have those conversations and really support them. I think that was in your email and a discussion that we had. And, that would be also a great place where when they come on board, from using send out cards as a business tool, which really they're able to position themselves differently a little bit, as opposed to just thanking people just on social media. They're able to customize and personalize it at a click of a button from their mobile phone and send it across. So I think it's looking at ways that you can support them on another level as well, isn't it? Really formulating that as well for your business. So yeah, no, great. So Michael, just quickly, just want to check in. So you have got your client avatar down pat sorted, which is great. Have you thought a bit more about the strategy around social media, video marketing for Miriam and your business? Have you thought a little bit more about it?
Absolutely, we have. We're well ahead of you, and we appreciate what you're saying, because it's consistent with what we're doing.
Yep.
We've actually got 2 client avatars. What Jerry and Tracy helped us do is identify we want a client avatar for the people to try the product.
Yep.
We also have a separate client avatar for the people we want to work with as partners to earn an income as a result of them gaining their own clients. So
Yep.
we're actually targeting 2 different client avatars.
Yep.
By the same token, our reach is initially to people looking at the product, because the people looking at the product then decide, do they actually want to go into the business, or do they want to refer people to us who want to go into the business? So we're doing it in 2 different streams. As far as digital marketing is concerned, one thing that Kay mentioned was Anne-Marie, the podcasting queen.
Yep.
We're actually also in negotiations with Anne-Marie as to setting up a podcast for us, so that we can start using that to podcast, which is a great initiative. And we've also got 2 pages or 3 pages. Miriam and I have both got our personal Facebook pages.
Yep.
We also have a business page.
Yep.
And one of the main purposes of what I'd like to understand from your point of view is what are the sorts of things that we should be posting on our business page as opposed to or versus the sorts of things that we're posting on our personal page. We've spoken to a lot of people about this, and
Yep.
most of the people we're drawing to our business page are from our personal pages. So
Yep.
we're gaining a business page following because we've got referrals from the personal page posts.
Definitely.
And what we want to be careful of is we don't want to post the same things on both pages. So we want to understand what should we be posting on the personal pages on a continual basis if the
Yep.
same people are now also on our business page.
Yep. Okay. So what I have tested and measured over time, and this would apply to every single one of you across the board. I mean, I'm going to go across to Renice and Christina in a little while, but with Facebook, so Facebook is very much now around, for them, it is about making money through Facebook advertising. So your organic reach, where people automatically see your Facebook business page content, is very, very small. Like, it's ridiculously small in terms of the reach. So what I often say to a lot of people that ask me this question, Michael, is post something on your business page. So if it is something educational, something interesting, something that you have experienced with your client or your raving fans or whatever you want to call it, post it, post the photo or post the testimonial or whatever it might be on your business page first. Once it's on there, then click the share button and share it to your personal timeline. Does that make sense? So you first go on to business, and then from once it's posted there, you go share onto your personal. The reason I say do that is because when you share from your business onto your personal newsfeed, people that are currently friends with you see the experience, see the stories, see the behind the scenes, but they have the opportunity then to go and like your business page and either comment or share. But also, if it is a video, it really increases the reach. And this is the strategy that essentially I used over the last probably, I think, 6 weeks in the lead up to this book. I think it was 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, give or take, that I used to actually really push She Leads. And that is what really got those 1,000 views on the videos, because I would share it on Samantha Jansen Publishing, and literally within about 10-15 minutes of me posting it there, I went across and hit share onto my personal, and I'd be like, really excited, check out this author, and gave it a plug there. The reason I do it that way versus the other way is if you're posting stuff that is behind the scenes and engaging and fun on your personal, that is all good. But for whatever reason, if Facebook feels like it is too much marketing on your Facebook personal profile, there is a high chance that your personal account can get shut down. The reason I say this is because I actually had a lady approach me, I think it was maybe towards end of last year, October, November last year, where I met her at a networking event in the city of Casey, and coincidentally 2 nights before that, her personal account got shut down. And when she saw me and we started talking about Facebook, she goes, oh my gosh, my personal account got shut down, and then this morning it has just become a business page, and I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm really confused. I want to work with you. Can you solve the problem? And I said to her, what were you posting on your personal? She goes, oh, I was always posting these offers about the products, because she was selling I'm trying to think of the product name. It was toxic free cleaning products. I'm trying to think of it, think of the name now, but I can't remember. It slipped my mind. But yeah, she was promoting all the special offers they had every single month, and then she was talking about a particular product, and Facebook found that she had nothing else other than this product obviously on her news feed, and well, it seems like a business page, we're going to shut it down from being your profile, and we're going to take it across to a business page. And Facebook can do that, because to every single one of you on the call, but also that's going to be listening to the call later on, bear in mind that Facebook has a system that it can read all your Facebook chat messages. So let's say if you and I chat on Facebook chat, Facebook scans and reads that from a perspective of actually marketing content to you that is relevant on your newsfeed. So if you've ever had a conversation, for example, with a friend on Facebook chat, let's say about, going on holiday, let's say to Singapore, and the constant in that Facebook chat, let's say Kay and I were chatting and I was like, yeah, really looking forward to going to Singapore. I'm really looking for some great accommodation in Singapore, looking for some tour packages in Singapore. And I'm coming up constantly with packages, holidays, Singapore, Singapore, Singapore. I can assure you that in the next 3 to 4 days, you are going to see Facebook ads with Singapore deals. This is how Facebook is actually able to sell marketing space to people like you and me that want to market to people that want to buy certain things. So Facebook is cautious that your newsfeed doesn't become a selling platform or a promotional platform, but rather a sharing of content. So the best way to really build up that engagement is share it on your business. So post on your business directly, whether that's a video, testimonial, whatever it is you want, and then literally within an hour, just share across to your personal, because that way your personal friends can actually they don't feel like you are pushing something directly onto their newsfeed. You're just excited and you're sharing something. So you want to position it that way. And that is the best strategy to keep it non-salesy or non-marketing, but more like, I'm really excited. Look what my client had to say about me. Or I'm really excited. This was really awesome to do this brainstorming session. If it isn't something around the marketing promotional base and you just want to share a selfie or do a little video, then obviously your Facebook personal account is completely up for that. That's all good. Just be conscious that you're not pushing too much product or too much services on your personal account. And also, I don't know whether some of you saw the post I did last week in the 14-day challenge group. You can now record Facebook Live audio. So for example, if you wanted to say something, but you didn't want to do like a live video where you grab your phone and go, I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about, you can just record the audio file and put that on your Facebook business page, any of the groups, or on your personal, which is great because sometimes, our surroundings might not be great visually, but we have a message that we want to share and you can use that audio, which is almost a bit like podcasting. For those of you that are now looking to step into the podcasting space, you're able to look at those conversations that you're going to cover in podcasting and then maybe do little snippets using Facebook live stream audio. So something to think about. And that's why last week's strategy was very much about planting the seed. I really want every single one of you that registered to be a part of this 14-day challenge to really think about what is it that you are going to say on Facebook rather than just posting images, because images are good. They're good on your profile. They're not great on your business page. So how can you get your message using either audio, Facebook Live, or pre-recorded videos? And for those of you that are considering podcasting, well, you've got Anne-Marie Cross, which is amazing at what she does. And if you're doing podcasting, then share your podcast as an audio. Get your following going from there, going, hey, for those of you that want to jump in and listen to the podcast, so here's the link, go along, and then they can, you can take them off Facebook into your podcast and then get them into your funnel that way. So you are really able to harness whatever it is that you're doing one way or the other and really tie it in to Facebook. And I know Christina's on the call and it's late in Serbia. And this is where Christina, with the client avatar template that I was talking to you before, it's really, really crucial that given that, there is obviously a time difference between Australia and Serbia, and with the clients that you want to target in Australia, because we were talking about some packages that you can really do to help businesses with WordPress websites and graphic work, is positioning how you are different and also giving them inside information on things to consider that they should be looking for when they're considering a new website, when they're considering a rebranding of their logo, of the design of their website. These are the tips and tricks that you really need to be sharing through a video, where you can just record on your phone. Just get your phone, talk into the camera, record it, and then share it on your business page. And from there, then share it in your groups. Because I know, Christina, you mentioned to me when we spoke that you're in quite a few Facebook groups. And that is a great way to push content that positions you as the go-to expert, but you're not being salesy, because you're not saying, let me know if you want a new website, or let me know if you want a new logo. You're not saying that. You're just saying, for those of you that want to, for those of you that might be considering or wanting a website, here are the 3 tips you want to consider before you, outsource your website design. A, B, and C. So you're adding content. I know quite a few of you are in different Facebook groups, and you've asked me this question. I think 2 of you messaged me last week and asked me the question around, Samantha, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, but how do I monetize it? How do I make it work? I mentioned to quite a few of you, I'm in probably about, with all honesty, I think I'm in about 10 or 12 Facebook groups. I probably really work strategically in 3 Facebook groups. The others, I'm kind of there because I'm just there, to be quite honest. Somebody added me, or I've just connected with someone and I was like, oh, they've got a group, sounds interesting. I'll be on there. Some of the groups are not business per se. One's like a meditation group because I'm into meditating in the morning. One's about health and fitness, so I'm in that. And then there are a few business groups, but I actively participate obviously in my own Facebook group, which is the Business Talk Show, and then 2 other groups which are outside of my private groups. And these 2 groups actually generate me leads. I wouldn't say every week. I would say every 2 to 2.5 weeks, I would generate maybe 1 or 2 leads, and one of them would come on board into one of my online programs. Okay, so not a high ticket item. I don't want to go tell you that, oh my gosh, you're generating a lot of leads and making lots of sales. The leads that come from those groups are low ticket items. They are online programs, but it definitely works. For those of you that have heard of this group, Michael, this might be a good group for Miriam to jump in. You can't jump into this group, but Miriam could. It's called Like-Minded Bitches Drinking Wine. It is.
I think Miriam's a member of that.
Oh, okay. It is a great group.
I've heard.
It is a great group. So my strategy, and I'm about to give you that strategy right here, right now, is in that group, when people comment or post something, I jump on a thread. When I say a thread, that's, so if, for example, just to give you context, if I'm not sure whether everybody knows what I mean when I say a thread. So let's say somebody posted a photo of this phone in that group, and then somebody will be like, oh, cool phone, oh, that's great, this is great. So then it becomes a thread because there are all these comments going. So if there's currently a thread going and there's about 10, 15 comments going, I like to jump into the mix and have my little say, or just might be not too much, but like my 5 cents worth. So I'll jump in and go, oh my gosh, that's really awesome, that's really cool, congratulations, or you go girl, or something like that. Okay. Now, sometimes from that, the person that posted it will like, and then she might connect with me on Facebook, okay, where she might request my friendship. My thing is, if somebody requests my friendship, if it's through one of these groups, either myself or my VA will generally send them a message that will say, hey, name, thank you so much for connecting. Really looking forward to staying connected. Stay in touch, Samantha. Now, if it's from me and I'm typing it up, I might just tie in and say, hey, it was great. I saw you in Like-Minded Bitches Drinking Wine, and it's great to be connected to you now. If it's my VA, obviously she kind of just goes, okay, there was a connection, let's just follow it up and keep the momentum going. And that's where she just jumps in. But essentially, it's really good to comment on other threads. Number 2 is, when you're in a group like that or any other Facebook groups, it's really important that you don't pitch a sell. Rather, you share a raving fan of yours content in the group. So for example, it might be Kay, Miriam, Renice, or even Christina that's on the call. There's nobody else on the call, but you might share in one of these groups going, for example, let's say you were going to share in that group and you'd be like, oh my gosh, so excited, what a day. Check out this testimonial that I got from, let's say, Jessica. And you'll have the testimony, whether that's video, that's a post, or a screenshot of your phone, whatever it is. Or, this is what really makes what I do awesome, blah, 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 and you say your little spiel. The reason you do this is strategically because, of course you're excited that you got an amazing testimony. I get that. But by sharing it in that group, you get people going, oh, wow, that's what her fans or her raving fans or clients have to say. I wonder exactly what it is that she does. That's pretty cool that they think, well, they have experienced this, and I would love to know, I've been thinking about what exactly she does. I want to know, I want to have a conversation. And it sparks the conversation. So that's interesting that your products did that and that and that. I'd like to know a little bit more. The countless transactions that happen in Like-Minded Bitches Drinking Wine, it is ridiculous. The reason I say it's ridiculous is I have 3 clients in there that actively make money every single fortnight just by commenting, liking, and sharing stuff in there. It is not a hard sell group, so you cannot hard sell. It doesn't work. I post my webinars. I talk about, my workshops happening. Like today, I'm going to share, they asked some pictures from the book launch yesterday and talk about that, because when I share that, the conversation starts, Samantha, you have a publishing business. What exactly do you do? I want to take them offline and have that conversation. I'm not going to have a back and forward conversation in that group. I'm going to take them offline, request our friendship, have a conversation out there. And essentially that is the strategy, and that works every single time. No hard selling, just sharing, connecting, engaging, and then get them offline. When I say get them offline, it's either get them into a Facebook chat or to give them a time to chat to you personally on the phone, because that's crucial. You can only have so much conversation on a Facebook thread before it becomes too overwhelming and you lose them, because there's far too many notifications going back and forward. Another thing is, if you post a testimonial in that group or in any other Facebook group about your raving fans, it's really, really crucial that if somebody likes, somebody comments, you say thank you, or you give them a thumbs up or a smiley face. There is nothing worse than not having a community management plan in place when you're engaging on social media. The reason being is you post something to a group or on your page, and let's say 5-6 people like it, 5-6 people comment on it. You have the opportunity to trigger their mind one more time by giving them the thumbs up, a like, or saying thank you. Why wouldn't you do that? Because you have already been top of mind. Your business or your personal profile is top of mind. You have a second opportunity to become top of mind for them, so that you can then have that conversation over time, because they remember either your profile picture or your business name. One or the other they'll remember. So you have really a 24-hour window where you might post something, and then let's say 4 or 5 hours later, you're like, oh, there's a few comments. I better go in and like it and say thank you. Like sometimes somebody will say like, oh, you go girl, and I'll just give them a smiley face and like a little kiss. Or somebody will say, oh, that's really interesting, would love to know more. And then I'll reply going, oh, thanks, great, let's chat. I'll PM you. So I acknowledge, and then I pursue that conversation. And it's a result of that generates leads every single fortnight, or a little bit more than a fortnight, for me through these 3 groups. So one is Like-Minded Bitches Drinking Wine. Another one is where there's just business owners here in Australia, and another one is a coaching one where there's lots of coaches and consultants that are looking to either write a book or they're looking for some social media help. So it's really finding the group that is going to work for you. Is your ideal client there, or can you learn from that group? So when I get requests to be in groups, I want to either get something out of it or I want to add value. So you want to ask that question from yourself, when you accept a request to be a part of the group, can I add value or can I gain something out of it? Another thing for those of you that are looking to create a Facebook group is really look at what is it that you want to do in that group that is going to be a little bit different, because there's so many groups at the minute, it is a bit congested. So you want to be a little bit strategic. Like for example, my Facebook group, the Business Talk Show, I have been running that a little bit slow, to be quite honest. I have not been pushing strategically sufficient value for the group. And as of next month, I'm actually launching a web series, just pure video content for them. So for those of you, because I think, Kay, you mentioned you were thinking about a group. Renice, I think you already have a group, if I'm not mistaken. Do you have a group?
I do have a group, but it's a private group and I don't open it to anyone else.
Okay. So is that for the ones that have come on board as your clients?
Yes. Yep. And most of them, I share a lot of the reading and that, so that if once something is released or new or that, I let people know so that it can save them a lot of time when there's a particular new customer come on board, or a distributor or whatever. I let everybody know, the new person in the group. So it is a very much private page within the group.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right. And then the next one on here that I want to talk about is, are you super clear on the outcome? You know, what is it that you want? Because with Facebook and LinkedIn, again, slightly two different things, but the outcome needs to be super clear. So for those of you that are looking to use Facebook as your lead generation tool, definitely video. Definitely video. There is no question about that. Facebook groups are working. You just need to be active and consistent in groups, but be really clear on what it is that you want. You know, for some of you in your email last week, I asked you, what is it that you want to achieve in 3 months, and how are you going to reverse engineer that? Because it's really easy for you to go, I want to achieve that in 3 months, or I want to achieve that in 6 months. What are you going to do to get that going? And essentially, this is why the 14-day challenge is there. So, Renice, do you have a closed Facebook group? I can't hear you.
Hi, Sam. My business page is not closed, so other people can invite other people onto my Facebook community.
Yep.
My business page. So with direct sales, we can definitely do a lot of the storytelling on our personal page, which I'm going to start doing around I started doing around my nutrition.
Yeah.
But with my community page, most of them have come from me meeting with them through workshops or knowing them and inviting them from my personal page. In saying that, I do see people reaching out, and I do see other people liking it and things like that. So then I invite them to my business page.
Okay. So you've got... Okay, so you've got a business page, you've got your personal profile. Do you have a closed Facebook group? Like, do you know what I'm talking about? So you've got your business page, but do you have a group as well?
For what? I don't really know why I need a closed group.
Okay, no. I'm just saying, so if you've got your business page, then the content would go from your business page, share it onto your personal, and then build the engagement from there, because it is easier to organically build engagement from your Facebook business page going across to your personal.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because if you notice, I don't know whether any of you have paid attention, if you just put a static image, or look, if it's generally a beautiful photo of a pet, I can tell you now it's probably going to go through the roof in terms of gaining reach. But if it's just a photo or just something that is kind of business related, it's probably just going to sit on your business page with very, very little reach. Like, I'm talking very little reach, because there is no movement, there is no reason for people to engage. So it's absolutely crucial that if you post something really cool and you really want to build that hype, that engagement, to get people having conversations with you, you go from business page to personal. Now, you won't do this obviously with everything that you post, because people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she's driving me mental, or he's driving me mental. But you want to be strategic, so mixing it up a little bit. So sometimes I'll post something in my business page and then I'll never share it anywhere else. And sometimes I'll share a different version of that on my personal account. So people that follow me on both get a different a view on the same thing. But if it's something really cool and I strategically want to be in marketing mode, I'll share it from my business page onto my personal. Okay, so that's something for each of you to think about. Now, as we move along, let's look at, so this fortnight, I know Kay is going to be away for the next one. She'll be traveling, but she said she's going to be creating content. So this week's focus is, you know, you have, each and every one of you have got your client avatar down right packed. Renice, you're going to refine it a little bit more. Christina is going to refine it a little bit more, really look at who she wants to target in terms of the business owners here in Australia. Now I want you to look at, you know, where is your ideal client? You worked out there on Facebook and LinkedIn. For some of you, they're on LinkedIn as well. Let's look at the actual content process. So this week, last week was identifying the client. This week is I really, really need every single one of you, whether you were on this live call right now or you're going to be listening to the recording, is for you to start formulating the content. So when I say content and formulating, and what I'm talking about is what are you going to say on Facebook and LinkedIn? If you're recording videos, I mentioned to you last week as well, you need to have a YouTube channel. It's free to set up. Every video that you post on Facebook should just go on your YouTube channel, because that really pushes your brand name organically on Google. Okay? If you want to have that conversation a little bit more in detail, just let me know, book in a time, and we can chat for 30 minutes about fine tweaking that. But this week's plan of action is very much around what are you going to say in terms of content. So what I want each and every one of you to do is to work out what are you going to say over the next, where are we at? We are at 2 weeks, just short of a week and a bit from the end of month. What are you going to say as of August and September? So let's take July out of the equation, because obviously you're going to be formulating content, and then when we catch up on our final call next Friday, that's almost the end of July. So I want each and every one of you, and your emails essentially going to say that, is for you to start, what topic are you going to be talking about? Now, this doesn't mean to say that you need to talk about one product or one service. We are not pitching a service. We are not pitching a product. We are pitching content that is relevant, that is going to make an impact to this ideal client that you have mapped out and worked out. So what is it that they need that you currently have? Because every single one of your business services, products solve a problem. You are essentially giving them a solution to their problem. No matter what it is, they have the problem, you have the solution. So what are you going to create in terms of content? Now, for some of you, this might mean literally getting your mobile phone and recording like 1 minute videos. Literally, that might be what it is. But what are you going to say on these videos strategically? It's not about like, hey, we're doing this and we're really excited. No. I want you to really pull back and go in 2 or 3 months. If that is what people have been fed through my business page, through my Instagram, through my LinkedIn, what is it that I have been saying along the way? So individually, it is really, really important that every little video is strategically not selling, but educating or creating a level of curiosity. So for example, let's go quickly around the table. You know, Michael and Miriam, for both of you, it might be where you every week have a different product in your hand or on the table, and you do something along the lines of, let's say this was a product. You might say, over the years of, mentioning the brand, we've found this particular product has really helped this. And, it's so often easy to just pick up a product out of convenience or whatever it is, but have you stopped and, looked at what's actually in there? And what you could do, Michael, just to, as I say, be a little bit disruptive in the marketplace, you could maybe have one of the other, like a really bad product in comparison to your amazing product. Obviously, don't reveal the brand, but you could just have the back of it. So let's say if it was a tube, like if you had one of your products and had that, I've got a glass of water and that, so let's pretend this was the same. You could say, often it's so easy for us not to realize what these bad ingredients means. Did you know that this means this? And often we don't know that. So it would mean somebody like me that obviously, my skill set is this, whereas Michael and Miriam's skill set is something different. It would be like, well, I didn't know about that name meaning this. So you're not telling me come buy this product. You're saying, are you paying attention to this? And the fact that you have got two products comparing each other on a 1 minute video makes me go, it's long enough to get me curious, but short enough to keep me engaged. So that might be something that you guys think about, Michael and Miriam, just to not to bag the other company. Don't get me wrong. We're just trying to give them enough for them to go, no, I've always just gone, if I buy these amazing makeup and it kind of feels good, I kind of run with it. Great. And it's so easy to get caught up and just apply this beautiful makeup or cream or moisturizer or whatever, but you don't stop and think about it because you have not looked at the products, the ingredients, or whatever you want to call it. So that might be a little bit of a disruptive thing to do, Michael and Miriam, just to kind of get people going, oh, wow, okay. And that would be something short, snappy videos, nothing too long. Do mention obviously at the end, either you have like, check us out, follow the series on Facebook, and put your Facebook business page, just so that if people start sharing it, you can be found back. Because one of those things that often people do is they'll do a really cool video, share it, and nobody knows where it came from. Where did the thread start? Nobody knows. So it's really important that you actually brand it at the start of it, start or at the end, just to make sure that you can be found. Kay, with yourself, it might be a little bit different.
Hold on for a minute. When you say brand, you mean put your hashtag or your web page or something on? Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yep, definitely. So if for those of you that have a Facebook business page, make sure you put the little Facebook icon, just like how I've got on the screen. Just put the icon and then put the name that people can find you. If you've got a hashtag, then go with the hashtag. If you want them to go to your website, obviously send them to your website. Or whatever it is that you want them to do. Really just be specific on that. Don't give them 5 things to do, just so you're very clear. 1 or 2 things at the most. If you've got Facebook and website, or Facebook and hashtag, as I said, 5 things, they're not going to do any of them. But if you've given them 2 things, they probably will do both of them, because they're just easy and simple, and they love Facebook, so they'll just go along with it. Okay. So Kay, with your email, I'm trying to think exactly what was in your strategy, but you said you're going away and you're going to start formulating some content, and you're also going to be doing some thinking about the podcasting. So maybe it's crafting that point of difference about how Send Out Cards is different to your traditional social media marketing now, that is really the buzz, about how you can show a lot more love and connect on a different level, and really educating, maybe like a series that really ties in with your podcasting, I'm thinking.
I think I'll work on the appreciation side of a customer, and work on them understanding their customers. I think the whole thing about Send Out Cards is that a lot of people just think it's a card. They don't understand it's a marketing mix, a very strong marketing mix for them to use in maintaining that connection. So I'm going to go on the marketing strategy of customer appreciation, and them understanding that they've got that tomato garden whereby they're dropping these cards and custom backings in relation to their business, so that in every home, and I think we call it, the worker bees out there, and the card's the worker bee, where it goes out, sits in the place, and then someone will say, that's a gorgeous card. And they go, oh, I've got that from my accountant, or I've got it from such and such. So instead of the card just being a card, it's a very, very strong marketing tool. And that's where the referrals come from. So I'm going to use that method, I think. Yep.
Perfect. Sounds good. Okay. Renice, let's quickly go to you before we wrap up today's call. Have you started thinking a little bit more? So I know you've got to refine one more stage of your avatar, your ideal client avatar. But let's look at what are you thinking with in terms of your content? Do you need a little bit more help? Where are you at?
Well, one of the things I did through my Facebook business page is do a little series on different products. Skincare, and I mixed it up with some of my aromatherapy based products, and people I really love those little tips. And because I am actually a clinical aromatherapist, I can actually speak from my heart about having used products like this in massaging my children for the last 27, 28 years. So they like, I've noticed that they like things like where I put that information together, just very short words, but I can transfer that into a couple of series. So I thought about having a little series about relaxing a while, because we all need some time out for ourselves. So that's one line that I've been thinking. And of course the other, and telling stories is a really big part of my community, and they really like to feel like they're having experiences, whether I'm traveling around, or I've noticed that they love anything where I'm out showing pictures of myself and other people. So I think I'm going to start talking about, connecting with people and feeling inspired, and just sort of bringing that energy of having fun. Even though I'm working, it's more like having some fun. So I'm just trying to, bring those two.
So you're essentially, you're trying to tie in lifestyle and how this complements lifestyle. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna write that down. So tying in lifestyle. Now, for those of you, sorry, I was trying to talk and write at the same time. For those of you that are about to go on the journey of creating a short video segment and that are gonna, do your little recording. If you want to add words to the video, iMovie lets you do it. You can have a play with iMovie. So if you're on an iPhone, just download the iMovie app, and you can literally from your iMovie app, you can get the go into like your camera roll, get the video that you recorded, and literally there's like a little text button at the bottom, and you can just add your text. So if you wanted to add your business name or your website, you just type it in and you hit save, and then the video that you put in there will get the text, and then you just save it back to your camera roll. So you don't need to do anything external or clipping here, none of that. You can just do it in iMovie. If you're on an Android, unfortunately, I don't have a solution for you, but if you are on Android and you want a solution to edit, just let me know, and I'll actually get my VA to find a solution for you. I'm an iPhone girl, so I have no idea about Androids, but I'm pretty sure my VA actually is on a Samsung, so she might have a solution for you.
Well, I need that. I'm on Samsung.
Oh, you're on Samsung. Okay, so I'll get her to give you a solution. Was there anybody else on a Samsung, or Michael and Renice and Christina might be on iPhones?
We're all on iPhones.
Okay, yay. Okay, all right, Kay, I will get that to you on how you can edit that. The other thing that I was going to say was, if you wanted to have you noticed, I don't know whether you've noticed, but have you noticed lately a lot of the videos have subtitles running at the bottom of the videos? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
The reason people do that is purely because a lot of us sometimes, and look, to be honest, I have been guilty of this. Like, I might be sometimes taking the kids to get their injections or to the doctors, and you're sitting there for like half an hour, 45 minutes sometimes, and I listen to videos, but obviously I can't turn it up because I'm in a public space, and sometimes I don't have my headphones on, and I listen to video, but the only way I'll know what's actually being said is by seeing the subtitles. So I highly recommend, if you're going to be producing mass videos, you look at putting subtitles to your videos. Now, how you can do this in the most cost-effective way is jumping on a site called Rev, REV.com. It's an American site, and literally it costs you less than like $7-8 to have your whole video subtitled. You have to double check it, because if you have too many ums and ahs, it can go a bit funny. But it's the quickest, fastest way. Generally turnaround time in less than 2 days. So the site again is rev.com. You're billed in American dollars, in US dollars, because it's an American site. But that might be if you recorded, let's say, like a 2.5 minute video on your phone, and you just wanted the whole thing to have subtitles, you literally just upload it there. They do their thing. You get the file back, double check it, and away you go. So that might be something for you to consider if you want a quick fix, as opposed to just the branding segment of your videos. Okay, so we are nearly at wrap up time. I'm going to wrap up this call, just bearing in mind that every single one of you have support, and there's the accountability email that will come out today. So later on this afternoon, you will get some suggestions around what I would suggest and encourage you to do around content creation. So this week is about you, every single one of you, putting together content so that next week we can find the weekend before we wrap up. Okay. Now, the next call is next Friday at 9 o'clock Melbourne time. As I said, you'll get a copy of today's recording as well as your strategy email. Remember, you have unlimited support with me. I know some of you have been really using that, which is absolutely fantastic, because I love to support you. Just on a side note, I know some of you love to personal message me and ask me questions, but some of those questions actually benefit the group. So I really, really encourage you to ask it publicly, because that way I actually don't have to repeat myself 4 times over, because sometimes I think if you're thinking, generally there's somebody else thinking about it. Like last week, Jerry had a question around the template, and she was not the only one that thought about that. There was 2 other people that messaged me. So I publicly just posted it back. I mean, she posted it in the group, but then the other two had messaged me. So I was like, I'm going to just respond to Jerry's, posted in their comment, just because that group, the 14-day social media marketing challenge group, is a safe place to ask questions. There's nobody publicly can actually see that group. All the members that can actually only see the context. So your questions are safe. There's nobody from the outside seeing. And yeah, I'd love for you to connect on there. And as I said, you've got me in that group as well. If you do want a 30-minute chat with me because you're having like a moment where you're going, oh my gosh, I'm a little bit stuck, I would love to chat to Samantha, pick her brains, just let me know and I can send you my calendar link. Book a time, let's chat. Because I really want you being really clear on your strategy and your content by next week, in terms of if you're formulating a video series, just so you're going to kick those goals over the next few weeks. All right. Did anyone have any questions before we wrap up?
I just want to publicly apologise. I know, Sam, you know that
Yep.
I'm not going to be able to be on the call next Friday morning. I sincerely apologise for that. I look forward to watching it afterwards.
Yep. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no,
I'm
I
the
know.
same.
Yeah, you're traveling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what sort of area of Wi-Fi and stuff we'll have, but if there's any possibility, I'll try. But if not, then I'll just catch up too. And I do apologise as well.
No, all good. Renice and Christina, I will see you on next week's call, and Jerry should be back from her holidays, I think, next week. All right, guys. I shall see you all soon. Michael, I'll see you later on today at Bob Club.
I look forward to it.
Yep, sounds good. All right, I'll see you then. Have a great weekend, everyone. And yes, I'll send you the recording and strategy emails later today.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye, everyone.
bye. Bye, Christina. Have a good night. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.